This audiobook is a non-profit fan adaptation of the web novel The Primitive Ancient Snake. All credit goes to the original author. If you're the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 501. What happened? Why does a whim suddenly appear? This premonition comes from the chaotic universe. Could it be that something big is about to happen in the chaotic universe? Furukawa's heart moved. Just when he was about to set off to find the elementary universe, he suddenly felt a sudden impulse, as if something big was about to happen. To be honest, sudden impulses rarely happen to him, but once they happened, they would definitely be closely related to him. Related major events. This is an early warning from the unknown destiny. At the same time, this is also the instinct that arises when the chaos bagua technique is deduced to the extreme. Boom. Thinking of this, he immediately immersed his mind in the depths of the sea of consciousness, and through with a mysterious connection with the chaotic universe, he instantly sensed the situation of the entire chaotic universe. This is the power that seizes the chaotic universe. No matter how far away he is from the chaotic universe, he can contact the chaotic universe at any time and even perceive the chaotic universe. Every move. After all, the chaotic universe itself is a part of his body, and the two have long been integrated into one. So it turns out that several of my disciples have returned to the prehistoric world and become saints, and the Witch Clan and the Demon Clan have also grown up in the prehistoric world and have become the two overlords of the prehistoric world. Are the two about to decide the winner? Furukawa touched his chin. His consciousness instantly penetrated the entire chaotic universe. Suddenly, from the depths of the long river of time and space, countless messages flowed into a sea of consciousness. He soon knew what happened during this period. While he was in seclusion, his 8 disciples were not idle either. They finally found their own path and became saints one after another. Moreover, at this time, the prehistoric world also triggered the conditions for lifting the seal, and the gods in all the heavens and worlds put their eyes were set on the prehistoric world full of secrets. At the same time, the Witch Clan and Demon Clan in the prehistoric world also grew up rapidly with the help of various major forces and became the two overlords between heaven and earth. Even the Witch Clan, the power of the He-Yao clan far exceeds that of the 5 original prehistoric clans. After all, the Witch Clan and the Yao clan at this moment have received the supreme inheritance from all the worlds, and many forces have joined in. The situation is extremely complicated. Therefore, the entire prehistoric world is in flames. The battles are going on all over the place, and it seems that the winner is about to be determined. The moment of decisive battle will truly determine the protagonist of the prehistoric world. Wait, Weird Doom is causing trouble too? Furukawa narrowed his eyes. He also sensed that in all the worlds, the power of the weird doomsday seemed to be quietly increasing. It seemed to be secretly accumulating its own power quickly, giving birth to powerful evil gods one after another. Yes. It is said that the power of the weird doomsday is many times stronger than before. Although the power of the evil gods is still at a disadvantage compared to the gods, they are not without the power to fight back. And the weird doomsday and the evil gods, while the gods are focusing their attention on the ancient world, they are also quietly planning an earth-shattering plan, intending to open the door to hell and release countless evil ghosts from hell. Once this plan succeeds, I am afraid that the number and power of the evil gods will drastically increase, skyrocketing. After all, the power of the evil gods comes from the fear of all living beings. The more fear there is, the stronger the power of the evil gods will be. If evil ghosts come out of hell, all heavens and all realms will be in crisis of annihilation. By then, not only will all living beings be afraid, but also even the gods will be afraid. And the power of the evil gods will increase to incredible levels. It's interesting. It's a weird doomsday. It seems like it never gives up. The chaos bagua technique flows in the depths of Furukawa's pupils. Countless data flows in the depths of his pupils, constantly deducing the future. Billions of future paths emerge in the depths of his consciousness. The future is not fixed, and every accident factors will lead to a new future. Even the Lord of the universe cannot control everything. There will always be variables. However, he can use deduction to get the future with the best results. This is a calamity measured by heaven and earth. It is better to block it than to open it up, and this is also a good thing. Furukawa smiled slightly. It seems that after waiting for such a long time, finally when these evil gods have grown up, it is time for my book of weirdness to be formed. The so-called mantis stalks the cicada and the oriole is behind, and the weird doomsday is plotting to subvert everything. The evil gods intend to turn over and become the master, but he always sits firmly behind the scenes and controls all situations. After all, with absolute power, all conspiracies and tricks are illusions. As long as he waits quietly, there is no need to intervene, and he will soon be able to welcome the ripe fruits. To be honest, his current power is too powerful. He will not take any creature in the chaotic universe, even the doomsday, in his eyes. His vision has long been set on the boundless sea of the universe, on a powerful person with the title of Lord of the Universe. A mere bizarre doomsday will not make any waves. On the contrary, he can also use the bizarre doomsday to promote his own plan to enhance the power of the chaotic universe. Not only can the Book of Weirdness be formed, but the prehistoric world may also be completely changed, and it's time for my world of 6 reincarnations to appear. Furukawa's eyes showed a glimmer of light. To be honest, the prehistoric world is just the initial world. Although it is many times larger than the Great Thousand World, it is still within the scope of the Great Thousand World, but it is just larger. A prehistoric world like this is far from being considered the final refuge of the chaos demon gods. But the 6 paths of reincarnation world is different. This is a truly perfect world, forming an endless closed loop. Even the doomsday cannot invade the 6 paths of reincarnation world. Once successful, all living beings can enter it. Moreover, the 6 paths of reincarnation world itself is a super magic weapon that can be tempered into a supreme magic weapon of the secret treasure level of the universe. It contains the power that can shake the Lord of the universe. The reason why Furukawa did not temper the prehistoric world into the 6 paths world before was because of the opportunity. It's not mature yet, but it's different now. The Witch Clan and Monster Clan have appeared, saints have appeared frequently, and many gods have descended. The prehistoric world has the foundation to evolve into the world of 6 realms. So, he wants to take advantage of this calamity of heaven and earth to transform the prehistoric world into a world of 6 realms. The world has completely evolved to a new level. As the saying goes, there is no destruction, no establishment. This is a calamity, but it is also an opportunity. If you can grasp it, you can gain unlimited benefits. Forget it, the main body doesn't need to go back. A clone is enough to suppress everything. Furukawa narrowed his eyes, and he pointed lightly. Boom. In an instant, in the central dojo of Chaos City, infinite chaos energy condensed, and a figure instantly formed. This was a clone of Furukawa, suppressing everything. It seems that he is just sitting in this place, and the entire chaotic universe is centered on him. This is a huge chaotic vortex like a needle that fixes the sea. Any force approaching the central dojo will be swallowed and absorbed by the power of this vortex. Turn into nothingness. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 502. At this time, the prehistoric world was in a void. In this mysterious void, evil gods appeared one after another. They turned into a black shadow, formless and disembodied, exuding a twisted, evil, and strange aura, which was frightening. It seems that just by looking at these evil gods, the spirit will be distorted, the soul will collapse, the body will be eroded by the power of evil, and the whole person will be completely corrupted. These evil gods evolved from all kinds of weirdness, and after reaching this level, they will have their own will and wisdom. But even among the many evil gods, there is the most powerful evil god, which is the original evil god. And its birth actually originated from Furukawa. Since the name of the Lord of Chaos City resounds throughout the world, it has left a deep impression on the hearts of gods and living beings, and he can be called a supreme existence. Although all living beings respect Furukawa very much, deep down in their hearts, they also have great fear of Furukawa. Respect and fear, these are the emotions that all sentient beings have towards Furukawa. Because of this, among the many emotions of fear and the wishes of all living beings, the original evil god was born. It understands everything, knows the past, knows the future, is omnipotent, can copy all magical powers, and can analyze everything. It is simply the supreme god of creation. After the original evil god was born, it gained wisdom in an instant. For weirdness, the most important thing is not strength but wisdom. Most of the grotesques are actually without wisdom when they are born. They only rely on rules to do things. Once the rules are exceeded, grotesques will lose all their power. But the original evil god was different. It had wisdom from the beginning and was good at concealing its power and whereabouts. It carefully enhanced its power and was never noticed by any god. In fact, it was because of the birth of the original evil god that those powerful monstrosities were hidden by the original evil god, and even the gods could not detect it, so they grew rapidly. Moreover, the original evil god can quickly accumulate endless power and quickly improve his cultivation. In fact, the leader of the plan this time is the original evil god, and the weird Doomsday is just a supporter. At this time, the original evil god spoke. When it made a sound, it seemed to contain endless influence. All the evil gods held their breath, as if such a voice contained endless divine power. The moment we have been waiting for has finally come. The original evil god stared at the many evil gods. According to my information, the power of the 10 sons of the demon clan Emperor Donghuang Tai has grown to a certain extent, possessing the supreme power of the Golden Crow, and they are emitting endless heat all the time. And because they are the sons of the Emperor of Heaven, no one dares to mess with them among the demon clan. They are equivalent to the princes of the demon clan. Their bloodline is extremely noble and is no small matter. If we can control these 10 golden crows and let them travel to the wilderness at the same time, then 10 suns will shine across the sky, which will be enough to wither countless lives in the wilderness and cause countless deaths and injuries to the Wu clan. If such a thing happens, the Witch clan will definitely not tolerate it. When the time comes, we will control another great witch from the Witch clan and let him personally kill these 10 golden crows. If Donghuang Tai knew that his son was killed by the great witch of the Wu clan, even if the demon clan was unwilling to have a war with the Wu clan, they would probably have to go to war. It told its plan. To be honest, in the prehistoric world at this moment, the Witch clan and the Demon clan are the only 2 overlords in the world. One occupies the earth, and the other occupies the sky. Both races have boundless luck. They compete for the heaven and the earth. Protagonist, it is only a matter of time before a conflict breaks out. However, the evil gods do not want to wait for such a long time. They want to immediately provoke a war between the 2 races, causing the war to occur throughout the prehistoric world and triggering lich disasters. Leader, what's the point of triggering a lich war? Our purpose is to break the gate of hell, release countless evil ghosts from hell, and create fear in all living beings. An evil god said, "To be honest, although the prehistoric world is special, it is too childish compared to hell. It is not worth mentioning at all. There is no need to pay attention to these 2 small races." It doesn't understand why the original evil gods did such a thing, because for them evil gods, spending so much effort to deal with 2 races is really overkill and overkill. Stupid. The leader's wisdom is so great. How can a fool like you understand the essence of the leader's wisdom? An evil god Jiejie smiled and said, "Although the 2 races of lich and demons are nothing in the entire world, they are lingering in the boundless destiny of the prehistoric world. These 2 races have attracted the attention of countless gods. Once an earth-shattering battle breaks out between the two Lich clans, countless gods will surely be alarmed, and many gods will focus on the war between these two races. At this time, we can secretly infiltrate Xianxia, take action secretly, and take advantage of the eyes of the gods on the two Lich clans to break down the gate of hell, release endless evil ghosts, and create immeasurable catastrophes. I see. As expected of a leader, he is really awesome. As expected, he is wise, omnipotent, and can predict things like a god. After hearing this, many evil gods who were still a little confused immediately suddenly realized. They finally understood the key and knew the methods of the original evil god. That's right. The original evil god nodded. Although the Lich and Lich clan are small figures, they can play a huge role at critical moments. They are just pawns to attract the attention of the gods for us. Once the gods are attracted by the war between the two Lich clans, we can take the opportunity to sneak into hell, defeat the chaos demon god guarding the gate of hell, and release all the evil spirits. Even if the gods know about this, it will be too late. They will not be able to stop the endless evil ghosts from hell, and the creatures in the world will fall into endless fear. There was a hint of coldness in its eyes, and endless information flowed from the depths of its pupils. It has deduced this plan countless times, and it is already foolproof. Haha. As expected of a leader, this plan is absolutely perfect. Once successful, all the worlds will fall into chaos in an instant. The endless fear will give birth to countless evil gods. Even the power of our evil gods will skyrocket in vain, and we will be able to gain the power to compete with the gods in an instant. You are right. Once we have the power to compete with the gods, we evil gods no longer need to hide. We can appear blatantly and plunge the world into a world of boundless darkness and plunge all living beings into endless fear. This world has always been the world of our evil gods. Those gods have been the boss for too long, and it is time for us, the evil gods, to be the boss. Many evil gods were talking about it, and were extremely excited. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 503. But who is going to bewitch those 10 golden crows? And the great witch of the Witch clan? An evil god asked. Let me do it. The one who spoke was the evil god of fury, and his eyes showed a cold light. I am the evil god of fury, an evil god born from endless anger, and I have the innate ability to stir up anger. Once I use my ability, I can make the 10 golden crows appear in the sky together in anger. When the sky is full and the sun is shining, all life will be destroyed. And I will also stir up the anger of the great witches of the Witch clan and plunge the two sides into a deadly battle. At that time, it will be difficult for the Witch clan and the Demon clan not to fight to the death. It emits waves of strange fluctuations, invisible, like a black mist, which can be easily hidden in the emotions of living beings. Therefore, its ability is like an inner demon, able to mobilize the greatest anger deep in the hearts of countless beings. It once mobilized the anger of countless creatures in a vast world, causing them to launch wars again and again. As a result, both sides suffered heavy casualties and devastated lives. Every time there was anger of hatred, the secret figure of the evil god would appear. If the angry evil god had taken action, then this matter would probably be settled. Many evil gods nodded. They also recognized the strength of the angry evil god. He was absolutely extraordinary. He was also an expert at secretly sowing discord and triggering wars. Mobilizing the war between the Witch clan and the Demon clan is just an introduction. The most important thing is to break the gate of hell and release countless evil ghosts from hell. An evil god said in a deep voice, "It is said that the gate of hell is guarded by a powerful chaos demon god named Hell Demon Dog. It seems that it has been the watchdog of the Lord of Chaos City from the Chaos era to the present. Its strength is indescribable." Measurement. If we don't defeat this Hell Demon Dog, we won't be able to open the door to hell or release these hell demons from hell. It looked at the many evil gods. Yes, it is not just the Hell Demon Dog. The Hell Demon Dog only guards the gate of hell, but the truly powerful guardian is the three-eyed demon monkey. Its 3 eyes penetrate all illusions, and it is the strongest demon god guarding hell. If we don't deal with the 3-eyed monkey, we won't be able to shake hell at all. No, no, no. There is a chaos demon god in the depths of hell. His name is the Vajra demon pig. It is the final barrier of hell. It is said that even the gods cannot shake the defense of this Vajra demon pig. It alone is enough to suppress it. Countless evil ghosts make it impossible for these evil ghosts in hell to leave even one step. Wrong, you're all wrong. Although the 3-eyed demon monkey and the King Kong demon pig are powerful, the most dangerous and weird one is the dark cat. Legend has it that it is the most powerful assassination race of the chaos demon god in all the worlds. It usually blends into the shadow of the void. Among them, it is silent and more mysterious than our evil gods. It is said that it is the real spy of hell and has endless information. Indeed, the dark cat of chaos demon god needs to be solved first. If not solved, our actions will be seen through in an instant, and we will probably fall short by then. Many evil gods are talking about it. Although they have prepared a plan, if they want this plan to be completely successful, they still need to contend with the 4 major chaos demon gods of hell. If these 4 major chaos demon gods are not solved, they will not be able to remove these evil ghosts from the world. Even if you are released from hell, you will not be able to create infinite calamities. Don't worry, I've already thought about this kind of thing. The original evil god stood with his hands behind his back, and his eyes showed a glimmer of light. Although the dark cat is very powerful and difficult to deal with, we still have someone who can deal with it, and that is the dark evil god. Dark evil god. Hearing this, many evil gods immediately became awe-inspiring. You must know that darkness is the deepest fear for countless lives. Life is all about pursuing light and getting rid of darkness. Darkness represents the unknown and mystery. It represents fear. Because of this, the dark evil god, born from the fear of darkness in countless lives, will almost certainly be one of the strongest evil gods. When the dark evil god appears, the world will fall into darkness, without any light, and all life will be extinct, killed by monsters in the dark. If it was the dark evil god, then it would be easy to deal with the dark cat, the chaos demon god. An evil god said in a deep sleep, "Let me, the sword evil god, handle the chaos demon god hell demon dog that guards the gate of hell." At this time, the sword evil god stood up. It was holding a long knife and was wrapped with countless white cloth strips. It seemed to have no entity at all. Its body was this knife. It was originally a terrifying and grotesque folklore. Called the sword demon, any life that appears in its path will be hacked to death, without exception. But as time goes by, all living beings become more and more afraid of the sword demon, and it evolves into a sword demon. The evil god also has spiritual wisdom and can control his own actions. But the evil god of sword is still an evil god with a strong fighting spirit. When he encounters a powerful opponent, he will step forward to challenge him. Let me, the fire evil god, deal with the 3-eyed demon monkey. At this time, another powerful evil god came out. It was the evil god of fire. I saw bursts of black flames emanating from its body, filled with the aura of corrosion, corruption, burning, etc. It seemed that once it was contaminated, it could not escape. It's like the karmic fire of hell. At first, the evil fire god was just an ordinary monster, a will-o'-the-wisp in the wild, disappearing and appearing. But as ordinary beings know more and more about this will-o'-the-wisp, the lives that know about it also become more and more familiar. The more there are, the more terrifying the power of the will-o'-the-wisp becomes. Finally, it quietly rises to the level of the evil god, possessing the power of fire to destroy the heaven and the earth. When the evil fire burns, everything will be burned. As for the Vajra demon pig, let me, the evil god of hell, fight against it. No matter how terrifying the power of the Vajra demon pig is, it will be difficult to escape under the power of the evil god of hell. The one who spoke was the hell evil god. Its body was like a black mist, which seemed to condense into substance and turned into a huge black hole, as if it could swallow countless lives. In fact, this is the ability of the hell evil god. It only needs to open its big mouth, can swallow countless lives, and swallow these lives into its own belly. And its belly is actually a special evil god space, an absolute realm. Any god who enters it will have difficulty escaping from this evil god space. Even if the time gets longer and longer, this evil god space will swallow up the life that is refining and staying in it. Once it takes action, it can instantly imprison the Vajra demon pig into the evil god space. No matter how powerful the Vajra demon pig is, it won't cause any harm. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 504. Gaga, I see. If the four evil gods of darkness, hell, sword, and fire take action, then dealing with the four chaos demons of hell will naturally not be a problem. Many evil gods laughed and looked like they had a chance to win. But besides the four chaos demon gods of hell, there are other gods. The eyes of an evil god showed a glimmer of light. Although the Lich War may attract the attention of most gods, we have to prevent the attention of a small number of gods. If some gods accidentally set their sights on hell, then the plan may fall short. It is worried that there will be other unexpected elements in this plan. No problem. Original evil god said calmly, I have also taken this into consideration. In order to deal with these small troubles, Meng evil god will personally take action to stop these young people. What? Dream evil god. Hearing this, many evil gods suddenly felt frightened, because Dream evil god is also one of the most powerful evil gods among many evil gods. He is as famous as the original evil god, and is an evil god at the same level. At first, the Dream evil god was just an ordinary weird thing, a nightmare that appeared in the dreams of countless beings. But as time goes by, countless beings will have nightmares, and at the same time, they will become more and more afraid of nightmares, and because of this, nightmares become from the weak and monstrous creature at the beginning. It evolved into the Dream evil god. And because the Dream evil god's power is very strange and silent, even the gods cannot detect its existence, so it survives very safely. Before many powerful monsters have been born, but these monsters are too high-profile. Once the gods confirm the threat, they will take action instantly and completely destroy the monster. Even if the monster is an immortal and terrifying existence, it will be destroyed once. Even if it is exploded every time, it will not grow up and will always remain in an extremely weak state. Even if it is exploded every time, the weird awakening time will be extended. It is also because of this that the Dream evil god is so terrifying. Its power extends from birth to now. There is basically no loss, and even the gods have not discovered its existence. The reason why the Dream evil god is so powerful is because of its dream realm. In its dream realm, all life will be pulled into sleep, entering a nightmare that can never be awakened and cannot leave in this life. If the Dream evil god takes action, no matter how powerful those gods are, they will fall into a deep sleep and will not pose any threat to them. Of course, Meng Xiaoshen is just assisting from the side. The most important main force is us. We are the powerful combat force that prevents all unexpected factors from happening. The original evil god stood with his hands behind his back. Yes, after hearing this, the eyes of many evil gods showed a cold light. Dream evil god is naturally powerful, but it is actually unrealistic to deal with so many gods. But there is no need for Dream evil god to deal with so many gods. Just help from the side. If after being able to influence those gods for a moment, they can naturally take action quickly and destroy these gods. After all, there are a lot of evil gods, and if they are calculated mentally or unintentionally, they will definitely give those arrogant gods a blow. Whoosh whoosh. The words just came out after falling, Many evil gods quickly left and began to implement the plan of the original evil god, Chaos City Lord. However, the original evil god still stayed where he was, standing with his hands behind his back and looking far away. To be honest, although he had made many plans and had countless backup methods, he was still worried about variables. And this variable is the Lord of Chaos City. Once chaos comes, if the City Lord takes action personally, then everything will stop for them. No one knows how terrifying the god of Chaos City is. It is said that even Doomsday died tragically in his hands, let alone other gods. This mysterious man lives in Chaos City. The supreme god is the real enemy of their evil gods. Unless the Chaos City Lord dies, these evil gods will have trouble sleeping and eating. Forget it, just do your best and let fate. This is a great opportunity. If you miss it, you won't know how long you will have to wait. The original evil god's eyes showed a cold light. Although he is a wise man and wants his plan to be 100% successful, not all plans require a 100% probability of success. If you pursue a 100% probability of success in everything, then what? Don't do anything. Even if the probability is only 50%, it is still worth executing. Hundreds of years have passed in the blink of an eye, and this time is like a snap of a finger. At this moment, in the prehistoric world, above the sun and stars, there is a huge and luxurious palace in which lives the prince of the demon clan, the 10 Golden Crows. They are the 10 daughters of Donghuangtai. They have the blood of the demon celestial emperor flowing in their bodies. Their talents are also extremely amazing. When they are born, they are like a sun, emitting incomparable heat. At this moment, a wisp of black smoke silently entered the body of one of the Golden Crows. Suddenly, the Golden Crow's eyes revealed a faint light, and his body exuded bursts of strange aura, but he was not discovered. Sister. On this day, the Golden Crow suddenly said, "Wouldn't it be too boring for us to stay in this palace all day? Can you think of some way to run out and play? I heard that there are many interesting and beautiful things in the prehistoric world." Hearing this, the Golden Crow Crown Prince was stunned and hesitated for a moment. "But our father ordered us not to leave this palace casually. There are countless powerful people in the ancient world, and it is really too dangerous. Once we leave, our lives may be in danger." Worry. Although they are the princes of the demon clan and the sons of the Emperor of Heaven, in fact they are not free. After all, there are many people who want their lives. So for their safety, Donghuangtai asked his daughter to stay on the Sun Star. Among them, after all, this place is the territory of the demon clan, and it is difficult for any immortal to trespass. Even if an immortal does trespass, it will be known to many powerful people of the demon clan. "What are you afraid of?" The Golden Crow patted his chest. "We just went out to have some fun. We will be back soon. In such a short time. Our father will not find out." When the other Golden Crows heard these words, they immediately became excited. It's like a group of naughty children who have been locked up at home for too long and always want to run out and play everywhere. This is why so many princes in later generations will go out incognito. Private visit. "Yes, sister. I think this is a good idea." "That's right, if we sneak out for a while, there won't be any big problems at all." "Yes, it's too boring for us to stay in the Sun Star all the time. Those guards always say that the prehistoric world is very dangerous, but I want to see how dangerous it is." As for safety issues, there is no need to worry. We are the princes of the demon clan, and our father is the emperor of the demon clan. Who dares to do anything to us? A group of Golden Crows chirped. They all wanted to run out and play secretly for a while. All right. Hearing this, the Golden Crow's eldest prince also became excited. In fact, he had long wanted to go out and see the outside world. All credit goes to the original author. If you're the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 5:05. Whoosh whoosh. On this day, while the demon guards of the Sun Star were not paying attention, the 10 Golden Crow princes secretly left the Sun Star and headed for the land of the prehistoric world. As Golden Crows, they were born to be high in the sky, looking down at the earth. They were all amazed because these views were things they had never seen before. Look, this is the legendary forest. The legendary infinite land is too vast. A Golden Crow shouted in surprise. It has lived in the sky and above the stars since it was a child. It has never been to land and has never seen a forest. It only heard similar messages from guards or teachers. This is the first time it has seen such a magnificent scene, no less impressive than the sky. It's incredible. There are many lives and endless races living on this land. Look, there are huge cities in that place. They seem to be built by the Witch clan. Which clan? Is it the barbaric race in the legend? It is said that they often fight with our demon tribe, and they are very hateful. That's right, it's the Witch clan who, relying on their immense power, bullies us Monster clan. My father has a headache for these bad guys. It's really abominable. Forget it, let's run away quickly and ignore these hateful wizards. Otherwise, these barbarians will get angry and might even beat us. Haha, we're flying in midair. No matter how powerful these wizards are, can they still jump up and hit us? That's right, there's no need to be afraid of those Witch clans. However, these Witch clan are indeed powerful. They have actually opened up cities one after another on the land and conquered countless races. They are not much worse than our Monster clan. It is said that they are the absolute overlords on the land. It's better not to cause trouble. We just sneaked out. If we are discovered, I'm afraid my father will arrest us and put us in solitary confinement. Then, we won't be able to escape. A group of Golden Crows were talking about it. They were all very excited. Although it was their first time to see the Wu clan, a hateful race in the legend, they also felt that it was an eye-opener. They hid in the clouds and secretly watched every move in the lower world. Because everything that happens on the earth is very curious, fresh, and unheard of. The time is almost up, let's go back. At this moment, the day passed in a blink of an eye, and a little Golden Crow called, indicating that the time was almost up, and it was time to go back to the Sun Star. Otherwise, the guards would definitely find out. Yes, go back. It would be terrible if your father discovers it. But I haven't seen enough yet. Tomorrow. We still have a chance to come out tomorrow. The Earth is so interesting. I don't think I'll get sick of it every day. Yes, it seems that many people from the Wu tribe are opening up land and planting farmland on the Earth. How come those Wu tribes still want to eat such strange things? Isn't it enough to eat flames? It's just that it seems that many people from the Wu clan are still dancing and so on. It's very beautiful and very lively. The demon guards at home are too boring. They keep a straight face all day long and either practice or practice every day. Let's take a look at it tomorrow. There are still many places we haven't seen yet. A group of Golden Crows chirped, and they quickly returned to the Sun Star. When they returned, the 10 little Golden Crows discovered that their father and others had no idea that they had sneaked out to play. This is because the great masters of the demon race usually practice in seclusion to understand the laws of heaven and earth, and may spend thousands or tens of thousands of years in seclusion. It was only one day, not even taking a nap, so it was naturally difficult to detect the behavior of 10 little Golden Crows. Of course, what's more important is that there is also the power of evil gods involved in this, helping to cover up the whereabouts of the Golden Crows. But this kind of thing made the 10 little Golden Crows completely emboldened. They thought that since their father didn't find out, then this matter could naturally continue. Because of this, 10 little Golden Crows sneak out from the Sun Star almost every day and come into the sky, from east to west, as if cruising the earth. They have come to the grasslands, to the sea, to the mountains, to the valleys, and to the deserts. They're almost everywhere, playing everywhere. For them, everything on earth is so fun and novel. In the blink of an eye, they appeared for dozens of days. To the Golden Crows, this kind of behavior is just a private visit incognito. The behavior of a group of princes sneaking out to play is nothing at all. It is just fun. But for ordinary witches and ordinary lives, this is simply a fatal crisis. If there was just one sun, the temperature would be just right and everything could thrive, but now 10 suns appear, and the sky is full for 10 days. Even if the 10 golden crows have not grown up and are just a group of children, their own bloodline power, their own bloodline magical powers, and the power they exude are enough to burn the boundless earth. They don't appear for just one day, but last for dozens of days. In these dozens of days, this land has undergone earth-shaking changes. Endless heat radiated from the 10 golden crows, which raised the temperature of the earth by hundreds of degrees. A large number of rivers were evaporated, a large number of plants died, and a large number of weeds withered. Even the water on the earth was quickly evaporated, leaving patches of dry farmland. Many ordinary beings could not withstand such drastic changes in high temperature and died of heatstroke one after another. Countless mummies appeared on the land. What's even more serious is that due to the death of a large number of crops, there is also a sharp shortage of food, which has also caused many lives to fall into a food crisis and starve to death. There was simply a scene of devastation on the earth. Rivers dried up and plants died. At the same time, due to the death of a large number of lives, plagues and other diseases were born. For a time, the intense heat, food shortages, plague, and other factors all added up, putting countless lives on this land in a fatal crisis. In fact, this is the terror of the top demon. Even if they don't have any malicious intent or even the intention of killing ordinary people, just the power they unconsciously exude is enough to kill countless ordinary lives. Although it is cruel and sad, it is the fact. Destroying you has nothing to do with you. This is the terrifying thing about top powers. They are simply not creatures of the same level. If top cultivators do not control their own power, it will be a world-ending crisis for lower-level beings. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 506. At this time, the deaths of a large number of ordinary members of the witch clan also aroused the anger of the great witches. At this moment, many great witches gathered together for a meeting. Damn it! We can't continue like this. We must kill those 10 suns in the sky. If we continue like this, our Wu tribe will definitely suffer heavy casualties. I don't know how many tribesmen will die tragically in the scorching heat. A great witch shouted angrily and clenched his fists. He was simply furious. Originally, they lived a good life, but suddenly there were 10 more suns in the sky, which caused the temperature to rise sharply and caused huge changes in the environment of the world. Although such a change is nothing to the Great Witch, but to the ordinary witch tribesmen, it is completely unstoppable, causing countless casualties to the ordinary tribesmen. If a tribe only has the Great Witch left and no ordinary witch tribe members, then this tribe will be completely finished, so they must also protect ordinary tribesmen. How to get rid of it? A great witch said helplessly. Those 10 suns are in the sky, and we are a witch clan. We don't cultivate magical powers or souls. Unless we reach the realm of Daluo Jinxian, it will be difficult to fly. No, even if we can fly, it is almost impossible to fly to the height of the sun. We can't get close to the sun at all. So, how can we kill the sun? He was very helpless, because with the power of the Great Wizard, it was really harder to kill the 10 suns than to reach the sky. Yes, and it is said that the origins of the 10 suns are also very extraordinary. They are the sons of Donghuang Tai, the emperor of the demon clan, and they have extraordinary blood flowing through them. Another great witch said in a deep voice, "If we really kill these 10 suns, then we will kill the son of the demon clan's heavenly emperor. This will definitely cause a great enmity with the demon clan and trigger a war between the witch clan and the demon clan. Can we afford this consequence?" To be honest, there are only 2 races that dominate the ancient world. One is the demon race and the other is the witch race. However, one of them occupies the sky and the other occupies the land. For the time being, they're still in conflict with each other. If they cause a conflict due to this incident, in the war between the Witch Clan and the Monster Clan, I am afraid that not only the Wu Clan will die, but the entire Earth will be devastated and countless races will perish. Although they are great witches, They cannot afford such serious consequences. So what? A great witch had a very bad temper. We are the Panga sect. How can we be bullied by the demon clan like this? If this continues, how many more of our tribe will die? He was furious and couldn't bear this kind of thing at all. This was a huge shame to the Wu clan, because too many clan members died in this natural disaster, including many of his descendants. It's quite simple. Have you thought clearly about the consequences of triggering a war between the Witch clan and the Demon clan? Fart, I only know that if we don't kill those 10 sons, all the members of our Witch tribe will die. Why are you waiting for a war with the Demon clan? Now our Witch clan is facing the crisis of annihilation, you know. It's better to say it than to sing it, but tell me, if the ancestral witch hadn't taken action, which of us great witches would have been able to capture the 10 suns in the sky, and we wouldn't even be able to get close to each other? Now, it's not that you can kill the sun if you want to, but you can't even touch the other person's body. They have already been invincible, do you understand? Can we just watch those ordinary people die due to the scorching heat? If this is the case, what use are we great witches? The great witches quarreled, tit for tat, furious, each holding his own opinion. Enough. At this moment, the great witch Kwafu stood up. He glanced at the great witches around him, exuding an incomparable aura that simply suppressed the entire audience. All the great witches almost became quiet at this moment and no longer dared to speak casually. This is because the great witch Kwafu is highly respected among the Wu tribe. Many great witches have received favors from Kwafu. Kwafu's prestige is second only to the 12 ancestral witches. Therefore, almost no great witch dares to disrespect Kwafu. Let me talk to those 10 golden crows. The prehistoric world is really too dangerous. We're just playing around, and there are crazy people from the Wu clan coming to kill us. We should go back quickly. It is not safe here. My father is absolutely right. This is not heaven. Let's run away quickly. Every golden crow was panicked. They were just children. They had never experienced such a dangerous thing, and they were immediately frightened. What? When Ho-E saw this scene, his face suddenly changed. He still wanted to, it's too simple. Although the 9 heavens mysterious arrow refined by my own tribe is extremely powerful and can penetrate the 9 heavens. But that is the golden crow, the son of the Emperor of Heaven. How can the defense on the opponent's body be extraordinary? After all, the demon clan rules the sky, and there are countless treasures in the heaven. The demon clan's heavenly emperor also has countless treasures. He can save his son's life by just giving him a few protective magic weapons. Is it so easy to kill the son of heavenly emperor? Even the 9 heavens mysterious arrows refined by his own tribe may not be able to kill him. These golden crows must be killed, but now he is on the verge of riding a tiger and cannot turn back. What exactly is going on? Why did these 10 golden crows suddenly escape? Were they not the ones who killed Kwafu? Ho-Ye's eyes showed a glimmer of light. To be honest, how could he be a fool to become a great witch? All of them are astonishingly intelligent. If those 10 golden crows were as arrogant and domineering as in the legend, arrogant and treating human life as nothing, facing what he had just done with 1 arrow, he will definitely fight back violently, fight to the death with himself, and have an earth-shattering battle. The problem is that after the 10 golden crows were hit by his arrow, they turned around and ran away in fright. They were as timid as mice. This is different from the legendary the golden crow, is simply not the same thing. Would a golden crow like this really kill Kwafu? He couldn't help but have a trace of doubt deep in his heart, and he couldn't help but relax in holding the sharp arrow in his hand. Once the bow and arrow, if there is doubt in the palm of his hand, and he does not have a sincere heart, his strength will be reduced by half. You are really too weak, so let me, the god of fury, help you. At this moment, Ho-E heard a sound of nothingness deep in his heart, and at the same time, he let out a jeering laugh. He instantly felt a deep chill. He was not an idiot, and he didn't know that he was being respected. The terrifying creature was staring at him. The opponent was far more terrifying than he imagined. Even the 12 ancestral witches might not be the opponent of this strange creature. At this moment, He also thought of Kwafu's death. Maybe Kwafu was also killed by this weird creature. But what kind of force would suddenly kill Kwafu and also frame Kwafu's death on the demon clan? Is there a third powerful force in the prehistoric world? The purpose is in order to sow discord and trigger a war between the witch clan and the demon clan. He suddenly came up with many speculations deep in his heart. You are really a smart witch. Your witch clan is not in line with the rumors that your brains are all about muscles. You are somewhat wise. Unfortunately, you know too much, and it is too late to know. The voice of the angry, evil god rang deep in Hou Yi's heart. Hou Yi was furious and wanted to say something. But at this moment, the terrifying power of the evil god enveloped his soul in an instant, covering every corner of his body. Immediately, his mind fell into endless darkness. There was no longer any consciousness, and at this moment his soul consciousness was taken over by the god of fury. As expected of a witch clan who specializes in physical training, even though he is at such a low level, he can actually withstand 1/1000th of my power with the strength of his body. At this moment, Hou Yi's body was filled with terrifying, strange, gloomy and other auras, and the terrifying power of the evil god was permeating from deep within his body, which also caused his power to skyrocket. At this moment, his power instantly increased when he reached the state of quasi-sage perfection. The skin of his body seemed unable to withstand this force, and it cracked open one after another, and a lot of blood appeared. It seemed that dense black lines appeared on his skin, like a monster possessed by an evil god, and his face also appeared dense lines of evil spirits. Forget it, this power alone is enough to kill those 10 little guys. A Jia voice sounded from deep inside Hou Yi's body, exuding a strange aura that made people shudder. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 510. In an instant, the blackened Hou Yi bent his bow and set an arrow, and the terrifying power of the evil god filled his body, permeating every 9 heavens. Xian arrow, exuding terrifying destructive power. At this moment, 10 9 heavens mysterious arrows were shot by the blackened Hou Yi at the same time. It was going to kill 10 golden crows in an instant. TSK, you are worthy of being the Dark Cat, the wise man among the 4 chaotic demon gods of hell. Before we even said anything, you have seen it clearly. It seems that I can't let you leave here now. The evil god of darkness stared at the Dark Cat with murderous intent. Want to stop me from leaving? Do you have such ability? The Dark Cat sneered. Wouldn't you know if you try it? And as long as I trap you, it will be my victory. If you want to leave in front of my dark evil god, you're just talking nonsense. The dark evil god Jia smiled.
Boom, ..
In an instant, boundless power of darkness surged from all directions, seemingly turning into black skeletons. They swarmed in and rushed towards the chaos demon god Dark Cat. Humph, stupid evil god. The Dark Cat, the chaos demon god, sneered. His figure flashed, and his entire body seemed to blend into the darkness and nothingness silently, without even a breath leaking out. On the other hand, in the depths of hell, many evil gods have entered the underworld. Who are you that dare to break into the underworld? Do you know this is a capital crime? The chaos demon god Vajra demon pig is holding a 9-toothed nail rake. It roars angrily. Its body is as huge as Mount Buzhou, and every part of its skin contains the indestructible power of Vajra. After countless years of practice in hell, it has long since it has been promoted to the realm of the god emperor. Moreover, it is fighting with the evil ghosts of hell every moment. The skin on its body has reached the realm of indestructibility. Any magical powers, spells, sword attacks, etc. are invulnerable to it. How useful it is. So it is also called the last Vajra barrier in hell. Even if many gods besiege the Vajra demon pig, they cannot harm it at all. It is worthy of being the last barrier of hell. Even if we try our best, we can't harm it even with that diamond skin. It's really a terrifying chaos demon god. Fortunately, we already knew its information, otherwise we wouldn't be able to do anything about such a monster. And this time we're not fighting it, we're trapping it. Take action, hell evil god, now is your chance to perform. Many evil gods looked at the chaos demon god Vajra demon pig with solemn expressions. Rumble. The next second, a group of black mist instantly poured out from all directions, as if it turned into an endless evil god fence, and all of a sudden the Vajra demon pig's the body was wrapped up. Immediately, the Vajra demon pig was sealed in this prison. What? The Vajra demon pig's face suddenly changed. It could sense the power of seals from all directions. You guys hurry up, I can only seal this Vajra demonic pig for 10 minutes. Once the 10 minutes are up, I can only resign myself to fate. The voice of the prison evil god came out. 10 minutes is enough. Many evil gods shouted loudly. If you look carefully, there are dense palm prints on the chaotic palm. Each palm print is a great law and contains infinite great secrets. When those 3,000 great laws are gathered together, then it is a universe. This is the universe in the palm of your hand, as if this palm encompasses everything in the universe. When all the gods see this palm, they feel their own insignificance, as if they're just ants under the universe, compared with the vast universe. Compared with that, it is not worth mentioning at all. Immediately, the chaotic palm suddenly slapped down, as if the world collapsed.
Boom tilde tilde.
Under the horrified eyes of the original evil god, its entire evil god's body and tens of millions of evil eyes exploded in an instant. It was directly reduced to pieces, just like crushing a piece of tofu. This. Many gods were stunned and dumbfounded. They just watched helplessly as this unparalleled original evil god, who was fused with tens of millions of evil gods, was shot into powder. Too exaggerated. The gods couldn't believe their eyes. How arrogant the original evil god was just now. He was simply the king of god-kings, transcending the realm of eternity. It was invisible, audible and inaudible, unobservable. He is simply the supreme evil god. All the gods together are no match for the original evil god. The original evil god is simply a symbol of doomsday, a representative of the destruction of the world, and an existence like the law of the Great Road. But now the city lord has taken action. It's just that with one palm, the arrogant original evil god was smashed into powder. What kind of divine power and magical power is this? It's so abnormal. To be honest, many gods think that they are dreaming at this time. It's really unbelievable.
Wow.
However, at this moment, the crushed powder kept squirming and gathered together again, quickly turning into the original evil god's body again, with tens of millions of evil eyes emerging from his body. Damn Chaos City Lord, you dare to insult me like this. You and I are inseparable. You can't kill me. My original evil god is an immortal existence. Even you, Chaos City Lord, can't kill me. The original evil god is furious. It has an immortal body and can regenerate even if it is beaten into powder. It is a collection of the fear of all living beings. As long as the fear of all living beings still exists, it will be immortal. Unless all living beings are killed, otherwise, it can continue to revive and regenerate. This is also the most terrifying ability of the original evil god. Madness. Another voice came out, and then from the sky above Chaos City, a book appeared in an instant. It was completely black and filled with an evil and weird aura. And on this book, 4 big characters suddenly appeared. Book of Weirdness. I saw dense grotesques appearing on the page, as if every page was a grotesque story, a grotesque world. Damn, what is this? Run away quickly, this book is weird. It seems to be able to restrain our evil gods. Damn it, why is this Chaos City Lord so terrifying? Even our evil god can restrain him. What a joke. Seeing the appearance of this book, the original evil god's hair stood up, as if he felt a fatal crisis, as if this book was specially designed to restrain the strange power of their grotesque bodies. Suddenly, it wanted to run away, completely losing its ability to compete with the Lord of Chaos City. Confidence. There is no way. Their evil gods really don't understand this mysterious Chaos City Lord. They don't know what the opponent's trump card is and what kind of strength he has.
Boom tilde tilde.
But it's too late for the original evil gods to escape. I saw the Book of Weirdness was opened immediately with a clattering sound, and dark tentacles emerged from each page. These dark tentacles seemed to be the hands of law, reaching billions of roots, and they covered it in an instant on the original evil god. The original evil god was tied up. Impossible. How could you catch me? The hair on the hair of the original evil god stood up. It struggled hard, and tens of millions of evil eyes burst out with terrifying power, trying to break free from the hands of the law. But it was of no use at all. Countless hands of the law grabbed it. The original evil god forcefully pulled it into the Book of Weirdness. Let me go. Damn Chaos City Lord, if you have the guts to let me go and fight for 300 rounds, what kind of hero is it to bully people with magic weapons? The original evil god roared. At the same time, countless evil gods in the original evil god's body were also struggling crazily, seeming to break away from the control of the original evil god, quickly breaking into pieces and escaping from all directions. With a bang, the Book of Weirdness was instantly closed, regardless of how these evil gods struggled and were instantly imprisoned into the Book of Weirdness became a page-long story. The weird doomsday is coming to me. Do you think you can escape? With a whoosh, the next second, Furukawa flew out of Chaos City in an instant. With a grab in the void, he immediately grabbed the weird doomsday from the depths of the void. It was a black ball of light the size of a fist. It exudes an extremely weird and terrifying aura, spinning slowly, and contains endless magical power deep inside, which is extremely terrifying. It is as if this black ball of light is a universe, a weird universe. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 527. How could this happen? How could my army of evil gods be wiped out by you in an instant? I don't accept it, I don't accept it. The weird doomsday kept struggling in Furukawa's lap and was very unconvinced. It could have used the power of tens of millions of evil gods to compete with Furukawa or even destroy Furukawa, but it still underestimated Furukawa's terror and power. It was a careless move, and it followed in the footsteps of the previous apocalypse, failing miserably on the spot. There's nothing you can do if you don't accept it, you've already lost. But I have to thank your army of evil gods, otherwise how could my Book of Weirdness be completed? Furukawa smiled slightly and looked at the Book of Weirdness in his hand with great satisfaction. Originally, this book of supernatural powers was just a blank book, but after acquiring tens of millions of evil gods, every page of the Book of Weirdness was instantly filled. The blank space of the paper. Basically, every page is a weird story, a powerful evil god. And in the future, all these weirdos will have to be suppressed in the Book of Weirdness, and they will never be able to escape. He can even control the Book of Weirdness, thereby controlling these evil gods and fighting for themselves. At the same time, these evil gods come from the fear of all living beings and are immortal existences. In other words, Furukawa instantly obtained an army of tens of millions of immortal gods, which greatly strengthened him. The fighting power of the body. The most important thing is that this is just the beginning. As more and more weirdness and evil gods become more and more numerous, the power of the Book of Weirdness will become more and more powerful. This is an ever-evolving book of supernatural powers. At this moment, Weird Doomsday seemed to understand something. It stared at Furukawa and shouted, "Shameless bastard, you plotted against me. You did it on purpose. Did you let us break through the gate of hell on purpose? It's so despicable and shameless. You clearly want to use the power of our evil god to create this magical book. It is so regretful now that its intestines are turning green. It has actually fallen into this bastard's trick. It didn't even realize that it fell into the other party's scheme. It's too late to say anything now. You know it's too late, so just become the spirit of this weird book. Furukawa smiled slightly and grabbed it with his big hand. With a bang, the grotesque doomsday was instantly crushed into a black gem, and the black gem was suddenly set with diamonds on the cover of the grotesque tree. Only the grotesqueness could be seen. A black gem suddenly appeared on the page of the book, like a black hole, capable of swallowing up endless light, as well as the power of evil thoughts, negative power, and fear. The power of the entire book of magical powers also instantly increased by 1. The grade seemed to be transformed into a cosmic secret treasure, containing incredible magical power. And the spiritual intelligence of the weird doomsday fell asleep instantly, and its will was constantly being eroded and modified by the weird book. When it woke up again, it would it's the book spirit of the weird book. At this time, the gods also saw this scene, and they were all stunned. Are you kidding? How powerful is the original evil god? It is the fusion of tens of millions of evil gods. It can be called the most powerful evil god in history. It cannot be defeated by many of our gods. A god emperor couldn't help but swallowed a mouthful of saliva. But as soon as the lord of the city took action, he smashed it into pieces with a slap. It took no effort. Even if the original evil god was immortal, it was of no avail. He was still caught. Capture and seal it in this book of magical powers, and you will never leave it. To be honest, when they saw the scene, their hair stood on end, and they trembled all over. No one could practice, which meant that all human souls are ordinary. Even after the death of these humans, they will not turn into evil ghosts. Instead, their souls will directly dissipate and return to heaven and earth. Therefore, in this era of Furukawa's previous life, no evil ghosts have appeared. The so-called monsters and demons have become legends and never appear again. The same principle applies. In the world of 6 reincarnations, of the countless lives born, only a small part of them are reincarnated, but most of them are born of life itself. Most of them, in fact, there is no previous life in life, only this life. The 6 paths of reincarnation is a mechanism for cultivating strong people. Furukawa clenched his fist, and he suddenly understood the mystery of the 6 paths of reincarnation. In fact, the evil ghosts that can appear in hell are actually some gifted creatures in the world. At least their souls are powerful enough to become evil ghosts. After these evil ghosts enter the 6 realms of reincarnation, their true spirits will be integrated into the 6 realms of reincarnation and become part of it. As they experience reincarnation again and again, the unique soul talents of these dead people will continue to grow. The real top experts have extremely high talents. The problem is that there are still a few beings with extremely high talents, even the Chaos Demon God. But it is different now. As long as you enter the 6 paths of reincarnation and experience countless times reincarnation, training after reincarnation, the soul's talent will become more and more powerful until it reaches the top talent. For example, some creatures master the power of fire, but at the beginning they can only produce a small flame at their fingertips. Not even a blade of grass can be burned to death. But as the reincarnation is tempered, the power of this creature to master the flame will become stronger and stronger. In the end, it may even be able to master the flame of chaos and burn the wasteland. For example, there is the creature is born with the power to make enemies kneel down, but at first it can only make ants and other weak creatures kneel down. But after hundreds of millions of reincarnations, this talent has become terrifying and boundless. Even if it is a saint in front of him, I'm afraid I have to kneel down, just like a law. In fact, any talent is precious, no matter how weak the talent is, but after constant training, after the power of the talent is raised to the peak, it will have the power like a law. It can be said that the system of 6 paths of reincarnation is a super mechanism that continuously cultivates strong people. As time goes by, countless super strong people will surely be born in the heavens and worlds, and the chaotic universe will also give birth to a large number of gods. It is also because of this that the origin of the chaotic universe bestowed Furukawa with so many merits. The power of these 6 reincarnations is so precious and will greatly promote the evolution of the chaotic universe. Of course, not any living being can make himself after a large part of their own talent evolution falls into reincarnation. They can only sink, unable to move forward even an inch, and become mediocre. But that doesn't matter. This is the so-called wave of surfing the sand. As long as a small part of the genius can grow up, it will be completely enough. The emergence of high-end powerhouses does not depend on quantity, but on precision. The 6 paths of reincarnation will also be a super war magic weapon, or even a secret treasure of the universe. Furukawa's eyes showed a glimmer of light. He could sense the endless potential of the 6 paths of reincarnation, which is a super magic weapon that can fight against other universes. You must know that the countless strong men who have entered the 6 paths of reincarnation have already integrated their true spirits into the 6 paths of reincarnation. Even if they die, they will be reborn in the 6 paths of reincarnation. In other words, they are all immortal strong men. This is like the gods on the list of gods and the demon gods on the demon summoning banner. Their true spirits, it is also integrated into these magic weapons and can be constantly reborn in these magic weapons. If these strong men are sent to other universes to fight and compete with the strong men of other universes, how can the strong men of other universes defeat such immortal strong men? I'm afraid that other universes finally paid a huge price and used various strategies to wipe out many powerful people in the 6 paths of reincarnation. Unexpectedly, they were reborn in an instant. If they encountered such a thing, their mentality would completely collapse. There is no way to fight. It can be said that he was invincible from the beginning. If he can cultivate one god after another through the power of 6 reincarnations, he will definitely be invincible, and he will be unfavorable in the origin continent and open up new territories.
Earth.
It seems that the magic weapon of 6 paths of reincarnation does have unlimited potential and must be cultivated carefully. Furukawa touched his chin. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 535. And just when the 6 paths world was completed, many powerful people in the prehistoric world instantly noticed the changes. After all, they themselves were in the prehistoric world, so it was impossible for them not to notice it. Among the Monster Clan's residents, the original Taiku Demon Court had been destroyed in previous battles, so they had no choice but to move the Demon Clan's headquarters to other places, barely retaining a trace of vitality. At this moment, Emperor Jun, Tai, Kuanpeng, and other great Demon Clan masters are gathered here. The world has changed, Dijun said in a deep voice. The city lord personally took action and divided the prehistoric world into 6 worlds to form the 6 realms of reincarnation. I am afraid that the prehistoric world will be completely different from the past. The human world, the heavenly world, the animal world, the hell realm, the evil ghost realm, and the Azura realm. Dong Huang Tai said with emotion, as expected of the lord of the city, these 6 worlds contain the infinite mysteries of life and death, and they run the secret of the cycle of life and death. They are really of infinite use. He can feel the tyranny of the 6 worlds. It seems that the whole world has become a whole and circulates among each other. Even if the Chaos Demon God enters it, he will probably be suppressed and refined by the 6 worlds. It is estimated that the gods cannot be in the prehistoric world. Got wild. It's a pity that our demon clans still failed this time. We have obviously prepared for such a long time and spent so much effort, and even let Tai and your 10 daughters be killed by the evil gods. Dijun clenched his fists, feeling very helpless. At this time, according to the guidance of the Wish Compass, Furukawa drove into the deepest part of the palace. It seemed that he came to the backyard of the palace, which was an open space. At the same time, this place was also the entire palace. No, even the entire Jin kingdom. The core of the formation.
Boom.
The moment Furukawa arrived at this place, he immediately saw a stone tablet standing in the open space, towering into the clouds. extremely majestic, like an immortal mountain.
It didn't know how to use its whole body.
It is made of whatever material, but it exudes an immortal aura. It seems that even the Lord of the universe cannot destroy its body. At the same time, the entire stone tablet is also engraved with dense origin words and origin runes, which seems to be an immortal piece. Divine texts are like pieces of supreme Taoist scriptures. If you look at them carefully, it seems that these Taoist scriptures have come to life, containing endless mysteries of the universe, and even recording endless mysteries of origin. Everyone sees this. Every time I see a stone tablet, I feel extremely small, like an ant under the mountain. Amazing! Furukawa's eyes revealed a glimmer of light. He could sense the tyranny of this immortal monument. It seemed to be standing on the earth, an eternal monument. With its body as the center, everything within a radius of hundreds of millions of light years would be affected. The realm of immortality. This is the absolute realm. Even the master of the higher universe cannot break through this realm of immortality. It can neutralize the power of countless laws and contains unparalleled magical power. It is no wonder that the king of Jin relied on this piece of immortality. The monument has protected the Jin state for countless years. Even if it is attacked by countless beasts, it will still stand. Even if the leader of the Jin state dies, but this immortal monument is still there, then the Jin state is safe. It's interesting that someone can break into the palace silently, cross countless restricted formations, and come to me. You are the first one in these years. At this moment, a voice sounded in vain deep in Furukawa's sea of consciousness. Can you feel my presence? Furukawa raised his eyebrows. He knew that the voice that spoke was that of the immortal monument. Obviously, this cosmic secret treasure, the immortal monument, has its own intelligence. Of course, I am an immortal monument. Within my immortal realm, no disturbance can be hidden from me. The voice of the immortal monument sounded again, extremely proud. Now that you've discovered me, why don't you expose me? You must know that I am an intruder, and you are the magic weapon of the Lord of Jin. Furukawa asked curiously, asking knowingly. Immortal Monument said calmly, since you have such strength, I'm afraid you already knew that the real leader of the Jin Kingdom had died long ago, and the one who replaced the leader of the Jin Kingdom was another high-level master of the universe. However, that guy's strength is too weak, far behind the real leader of the Jin Kingdom, and he is not qualified to refine my immortal monument. So what qualifications does he have for me to warn him? Its voice showed disdain. Furukawa's heart moved. It seemed that the old man Wuming had not deceived him. The real leader of the Jin Kingdom was indeed dead long ago, at least from this point of view. But what on earth do you want to do by sneaking into the Jin palace secretly? Do you want to steal the treasure of the king of Jin? If so, you are in the wrong place. His treasure house is not here, but in another place. Immortal Monument. No, I don't want to steal the treasures of the Lord of Jin. I have no interest in those treasures at all. In fact, I just want to get you the Immortal Monument. Furukawa stated his purpose straightforwardly. Since the old man's nameless words are true, and the Immortal Monument has no owner, then the treasure naturally belongs to the capable person. He really wants to move the Immortal Monument. If he gets this, an Immortal Monument, a cosmic secret treasure, may greatly enhance his combat effectiveness. He can even suppress a whole country with the Immortal Monument. Want me? Hearing this, the Immortal Monument suddenly laughed. Even the Lord of the High Universe can't refine my Immortal Monument. Do you, the little Lord of the Medium Universe, want to do this? It saw through Furukawa's strength at a glance that he was only at the level of a mid-level Lord of the Universe. Of course, although my realm is not as good as that of the higher masters of the universe, when it comes to refining magic weapons, those higher masters of the universe may not be able to compare with me. Furukawa smiled slightly. Ridiculous. He actually has ulterior motives and wants to murder my Immortal Monument. If that's the case, then get out of the Jin Palace. Hearing this, Immortal Monument suddenly became angry. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 543. To be honest, the Immortal Monument originally had the mentality of watching a good show. After all, it looked down on the disguised master and thought that the other party was just a weak and advanced master of the universe. Such a weak person has no qualifications to refine himself, but the other party has been persevering and bothering him day and night, which makes him very unhappy with the Lord of Disguise. If someone else can teach the Lord of Disguise a profound lesson, or cause the Lord of Disguise to suffer heavy losses, then the Immortal Monument will be happy to see it happen. Just like when we encountered an intruder like Furukawa just now, if the Gene Palace's Prohibition Formation couldn't detect it, then it would turn a blind eye and pretend it didn't see anything. But it's different now. This guy doesn't want to steal the magic weapon from the Lord of Disguise, but wants to get himself and covet his own body. How abominable. I wonder how it can tolerate such a thing. Rumble. In an instant, the Immortal Monument moved, and a terrifying immortal realm erupted from it. The void in all directions was distorted, and the extremely terrifying gravity crushed it. Such gravity will distort even the laws of the void, and even the Lord of the Universe will be pressed to the point of being unable to move. This is also the unique domain power of the Immortal Monument. At this moment, Furukawa naturally felt the terrible gravity descending from the Immortal Monument, like one universe after another crushing on him, as if he wanted to completely crush himself. Quack, you stupid guy. You dare to offend the great Immortal Monument. Just be crushed into dust by me. The Immortal Monument is proud of. Not bad power. Furukawa smiled slightly. To be honest, the power of this Immortal Monument is indeed powerful. If it were an ordinary high-level universe master, I am afraid that he would not be able to stand up on this kind of power. Unfortunately, he has too many tricks. Let's do it. Steal the Sky Gourd. At this moment, Furukawa thought and asked the sky-stealing gourd hidden around him to take action immediately. Whoosh! In an instant, the sky-stealing gourd took action in an instant. By using its magical power, its power can not only steal the life of the body, it's just a magic weapon. Even the skills possessed by the magic weapon can be stolen temporarily. What's yours is what's mine. Alone better together. I will carry forward your skills for you. Crash. The next second, the power of the immortal domain on the Immortal Monument was instantly stolen by the sky-stealing gourd, and the power of the domain shrouded in all directions also disappeared without a trace. How can it be? Why did the power of the immortal realm in me suddenly disappear? The Immortal Monument is confused. Although it has multiple abilities, the one it can really use to fight is the immortal domain. It is said that one move can conquer the world. It relies on the power of the immortal domain to suppress many universes. It has become famous because of its purity. But now it has encountered its nemesis, a magic weapon like the sky-stealing gourd that can steal other people's abilities. It has suffered a sudden defeat and lost its greatest strength. Ability, it is just an ordinary stone tablet. Quack, idiot, idiot, your power belongs to me. The sky-stealing gourd was triumphant, jumping up and down in the void. Now that it has followed Furukawa for such a long time, its strength has already undergone earth-shaking changes. It has reached the level of the secret treasure of the universe, surpassing the treasure of chaos. It is now stealing abilities, and even doomsday spells can be stolen easily, and the number of abilities that can be stolen has also increased, reaching 9. To a certain extent, the sky-stealing gourd is the most weird and powerful magic weapon in Furukawa. Even if the opponent has all kinds of extremely difficult skills, once the sky-stealing gourd takes action, he can take it for himself. Thief! You are a thief, despicable and shameless. Please give me my power back quickly. The Immortal Monument is very angry. It has lived for so many years and has seen a lot. How can it not know that it suddenly lost this ability? It must be a magic weapon that steals its own ability. Although such a perverted stealing power it is unheard of, but in the continent of origin where there are many powerful people and countless treasures, it may not be impossible, but it has never encountered it before. Don't worry, I just borrowed it and will return it to you soon, but I won't return it until I get tired of playing with it. Seeing the angry look of the Immortal Monument, Thieving Sky Calabash became even more proud. It is like a child who likes to play pranks. It likes to see others looking angry. You. The Immortal Monument gnashed its teeth and was half angry, but the ability of the Sky-Stealing Gourd is really weird. It is not just the ability to steal other people and magic weapons. What is even more terrifying is its power of concealment. If it is not willing, except for Furukawa, no one can discover its whereabouts, completely integrated into the void, invisible. Therefore, no matter how much the Immortal Monument is searched, there is no trace of the Sky-Stealing Gourd. Whoosh! At this moment, before the Immortal Monument could say anything, Furukawa took action. With a light finger, he touched the body of the Immortal Monument. At the same time, the original venom on his body surged out.
Wow!
Suddenly, the huge original venom seemed to be free of charge. As if integrated into the body of the Immortal Monument, every drop of original venom seems to be alive, easily penetrating into the deepest part of the Immortal Monument and reaching its core. No, do not want. The Immortal Monument screamed, panicking. It could sense the power of this original venom. It seemed that this venom could assimilate all life, even the secret treasure of the universe. But no matter how it struggled, it was already too late at this moment.
Boom!
At this moment, the bodies of the Immortal Monument and Furukawa shook at the same time. When the original venom completely penetrated the core of the Immortal Monument, a spiritual connection was immediately created between the two. Refined. Furukawa smiled slightly. He knew that at this moment he had refined the secret treasure of the universe, the Immortal Monument, and he could fully perceive all the information about the abilities of the Immortal Monument. Hateful. The Immortal Monument was so angry that it had no idea that it would be refined so easily by a mid-level universe master. This is simply unheard of. Even a high-level universe master like the Lord of Disguise would want to refine it. It took countless epochs to transform a cosmic secret treasure like the Immortal Monument without success. As for the other masters of the universe, let alone that, it is simply impossible. So if other masters of the universe know about this, I am afraid that everyone will be stunned and feel unbelievable. But it is too late to say anything now. The deal is done, and it can only admit this fact. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 544. Despicable Guy. The Immortal Monument looked at Furukawa angrily. It never imagined that it could be defeated so easily. Regardless of whether it's despicable or shameless, if you lose, you lose. Furukawa smiled slightly and grabbed it with his big hand.
Wow.
Immediately, the Immortal Monument that was originally as tall as a mountain suddenly shrank, and finally it was only the size of a palm, and then fell into Furukawa's hands. I can tell you in advance that I am the foundation of the formation of the entire gene state and the source of all restrictions. If I are taken away from here, it will definitely alarm the masters of the entire gene state, and you will probably be unable to fly. Immortal Monument. It doesn't matter. It's just a small thing. With a snap, Furuchuan immediately took away the Immortal Monument and pulled it out of its place.
Boom.
In an instant, the entire Gene Palace, no, it should be the entire Gene Kingdom, was shaking at this moment, as if something happened. Like a super earthquake, all the prohibitive formations collapsed at this moment. The layers of barriers that originally shrouded the Gene Kingdom disappeared without a trace at this moment, without the power of the Immortal Monument. Such a prohibition formation is like driftwood without roots. Suddenly, one after another, the powerful men of the Gene Kingdom were alarmed and turned pale with fright. What happened? What happened? Why did the entire Gene Kingdom's prohibition formation collapse? Quick, 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 go ask the lord of the country and find out what happened. It's the Immortal Monument. There must be a big problem with the Immortal Monument. Only if something goes wrong with the Immortal Monument will the entire Gene Kingdom's Prohibition formation collapse. Damn it! How could something happen to the Immortal Monument? Who did what to the Immortal Monument? One voice after another roared in panic. Because the Immortal Monument is too important to the entire Gene State. Without the power of the Immortal Monument, the entire Gene State's protective barrier will collapse.
Don't do it then.
It is said that it is impossible to resist the endless tide of beasts, even if it is invaded by other countries. Then their stable life in the Gene Kingdom for countless epochs will be completely disappeared, and they will definitely be displaced. They are not much different from other tribes. This is simply worse than life. It can be said that this is the biggest crisis in their lives. Auras rushed from all over the Gene Kingdom crazily, and they tried to find the reason for the collapse of the Prohibition formation. The disappearance of the Immortal Monument also it was immediately discovered by the Lord of the Gene Kingdom. The Lord of the Gene Kingdom, who was practicing in seclusion in a secret room to recover from his injuries, immediately woke up. It also sensed the aura of the Immortal Monument that suddenly disappeared without a trace, and immediately became furious. Damn guy, who is it? Who stole my Immortal Monument? Get out of here now. The leader of the Gene Kingdom shouted angrily, and his voice was like the nine heavens' divine thunder, which resounded throughout the entire Gene capital. At the same time, his body was violent to the extreme, and the power that reached the realm of the Lord of the High Universe filled the air, which was simply suppressed. The entire Gene capital made countless lives tremble. All lives were prostrate on the ground, daring not to move at all. It seemed that at this moment, all time and space in the entire Gene capital had frozen, and no one could move. One after another, the terrifying void fluctuations spread, and it seemed that the power of the Lord of Gene was sweeping across time and space in all directions, trying to find the little thief who stole the Immortal Monument. Something happened to the Immortal Monument. But how is this possible? The Immortal Monument is in the palace, and the palace's defensive and restricted formation is unique. Even the Lord of the Universe cannot easily sneak in, let alone steal the Immortal Monument. Nothing is impossible. It can only be said that something extraordinary happened. Someone must have used unimaginable means to hide the Immortal Monument from the king's perception. It's over now. Without an Immortal Monument to guard the land of Gene, how can we resist the endless tide of beasts and the covetousness of the surrounding kingdoms in the future? Shut up, things are not that bad. The Immortal Monument was stolen just at this moment. The thief did not have time to escape, and must still be within the territory of Gene. So, if we find the little thief, we can still get our Immortal Monument back, and our Gene country will still be safe and secure without having to worry about any problems. Many Gene ministers were talking about it. They were also anxious, but even if they were anxious now, it was of no use. They could only pray that the Lord of the Kingdom could find the little thief who stole the Immortal Monument as soon as possible. At this time, in a shop in the capital of Gene State, the nameless old man, no, he should be the Lord of Many Eyes, and two other unknown beings. They also immediately sensed the anger of the Lord of Gene and the disappearance of the power of the Immortal Monument. Unexpectedly, that kid actually succeeded. Was the Immortal Monument really stolen by him? A voice seemed to be in disbelief. It's really unbelievable that he was able to steal the Immortal Monument under the nose of the disguised Lord. This is a feat that even we can't do. How did that kid do it? Another voice also found it incredible. Obviously, this kid definitely has a big secret, and it's a secret that we can't imagine. It seems that the value of this kid is really extraordinary. The first voice was excited. It seems that we must catch that kid. Such a secret cannot escape from under our noses. The second voice also agreed with this decision. All right. The Lord of Multiple Eyes said, "This is just a small matter. Now the Immortal Monument has disappeared, and the entire Gene State barrier has been broken. There is no longer any power to restrain us. Now it is our turn to take action. This time we must do it in one fell swoop." Destroy the entire gene state and completely incorporate the gene state's territory into our Tianmu kingdom. It is murderous and reveals its raging ambitions. Jia, this is just a trivial matter. You are right. The reason why the Gene Kingdom was able to withstand our power before was simply because of the power of the Immortal Monument. That is, without the immortal realm of immortal monuments, without this kind of barrier that suppresses our power, how can a mere lord in disguise be the opponent of our 3 higher lords of the universe? This time we are bound to win, and the Gene Kingdom will be destroyed. I didn't expect that after planning for such a long time, we actually succeeded today.
It's really gratifying.
You have to be grateful to that guy. Indeed, catch that kid and bring back all the secrets and immortal monuments in him. The 2 voices said with a jeering smile, and the depths of the void were filled with extremely terrifying murderous intent. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 545. Strong Void Fluctuations. At this time, Furukawa, who was still in the palace, instantly sensed that the angry Lord of Gene had awakened. Waves of void fluctuations emitted from the opponent were extremely powerful. It is roughly estimated that this disguised lord has at least tens of thousands of reincarnations. The power of the Lord of the Higher Universe is indeed that of the Lord of the Higher Universe. However, among the Lords of the Higher Universe, it is estimated that this disguised Lord is still of ordinary strength. After all, the truly powerful Lord of the Higher Universe probably has the power of hundreds of thousands of reincarnations. Now that the Lord of Disguise has awakened, even if the other party is only a relatively weak Lord of the Higher Universe, he is still the Lord of the Higher Universe, and is definitely not comparable to a medium Lord of the Universe like you. The Immortal Monument looked at Furukawa with disdain. Its words were not sarcastic, but telling a fact. After being promoted to the realm of the Lord of the Universe, it is almost impossible to challenge beyond the level. After all, the relationship between the 2 parties, the gap, is really too big. A group of mid-level universe masters together are not the same as a high-level universe mastered hand. Don't worry, it can't find me. Furukawa smiled slightly, with a very indifferent expression. He put on the mask of chaos and nothingness, and instantly hid his breath, hiding in the depths of the void.
This.
The Immortal Monument was also surprised. Although it had just discovered Furukawa's traces with its own immortal domain, it was purely due to an instinct of the secret treasure of the universe and its own power. If the other party was not too close to itself, it can't find any trace of Furukawa. Even a cosmic treasure like it is so difficult to detect Furukawa's methods, let alone other high-level universe lords. It can only be said that this guy does have some tricks. Damn it. Where did that little thief go? At this time, the Lord of Disguise suddenly flew into the mid-air of the palace. He was frightened and angry, and used his spiritual consciousness to spread to the entire Gene capital, no, even the entire Gene country. His spiritual consciousness, Bo conducts a carpet-like search, and must find the little thief who stole the Immortal Monument, because this cosmic secret treasure is really too important to him. There was no way he could run so fast. The little thief was definitely still in the Gene Kingdom, or even in the capital. Don't let me find you, otherwise you will die without a doubt. Do you know that you will die without a doubt? The Lord of Disguise roared angrily. It was absolutely furious. After living for so many years, this was the first time that its most important treasure was stolen away. This simply killed it, and no one knew how serious it was. Consequences. It really hated the little thief who stole the Immortal Monument, and wished it could tear that bastard into pieces. Wait, this is the aura of the Lord of Many Eyes. When did this bastard come to Gene? Did this bastard steal the Immortal Monument? In an instant, the Lord of Disguise discovered a trace of the aura remaining on the Lord of Many Eyes. It immediately took action, grabbed it with a big hand, and blasted towards one of the shops in the capital. It held hands ruthlessly, as if it could easily kill him with this palm. The area was shaken into nothingness. But the next second, golden lights shot out one after another from the shop, like the light of the avenue, penetrating everything and colliding with it.
Boom.
The two forces collided. Together, a terrible sound erupted, shattering the shop in an instant. Even the earth was crushed, and a huge pit appeared, with gravel splashing everywhere. A figure also flew out of the pit instantly, and came directly to the sky above the palace. It was an old man in gray robe, facing the Lord of Disguise from a distance, fighting against each other. Haha, the Lord of Disguise, an old friend for many years, just met, and to be so cruel is too much. The one who tells the truth is the Lord of Many Eyes. Lord of Multiple Eyes, when did you sneak into the capital of our Jin kingdom? Is my immortal monument stolen by you, a turtle grandson? Immediately tell the truth. The Lord of Disguise shouted angrily and questioned him on the spot. When you see me, you still speak so arrogantly. It seems that you still don't understand the situation clearly. You shouldn't think that I am the only one who came to the capital of Jin. The Lord of Many Eyes smiled slightly. As soon as he finished speaking, ripples appeared in the void around him, and two figures suddenly appeared. They were two old men, one wearing a black robe and the other wearing a white robe. The two of them exuded a vast aura, as if tens of thousands of universes had reincarnated in their bodies. The extremely tyrannical power spread out and shook the world. It can be said that at this moment, the four masters of the higher universes were confronting each other in the sky above the palace. Lord of Tiangang, Lord of Earthly Evil, you two guys are here too. The Master of Disguise's pupils shrank. Damn it, the three giants of your Tianmu kingdom actually appeared in the capital together. Do you want to invade or even annex our Jin kingdom? It immediately recognized that the Lord of Many Eyes, the Lord of Tiangang, and the Lord of Earthly Evil in front of it were the three giants of the Tianmu kingdom and the lords of the three higher universes. There are only two giants within a radius of hundreds of trillions of light years. The overlords, one is Jin and the other is Tianmu. These are the only two countries in the vicinity that have a higher master of the universe. At the same time, Tianmu also wants to annex Jin and become the largest kingdom in the vicinity. But it's a pity that the Jin state has immortal monuments guarding them, and they never succeeded. Annex your Jin state? You are joking, you are just a fake. If the real Lord of Jin is here, we will not dare to come. But if you are just the Lord in disguise, we can come and leave whenever we want. The Lord of Many Eyes smiled slightly. You. The Lord of Disguise was furious, and terrifying void fluctuations erupted from his body, charging towards the Lord of Multiple Eyes and others. However, the Lord of Multiple Eyes, the Lord of Tiangang, and the Lord of Earthly Evil did not show any weakness at all, and they all erupted from their own bodies.
Power.
Rumble. Immediately, above the Jin Palace, four terrifying forces swelled together, as if tens of thousands of universes were fighting each other, erupting into a terrifying black hole vortex. Such energy swept in all directions and shattered countless buildings. Things and the earth were shaken by this force, causing cracks to appear, like spider webs, densely distributed all around. This scene was also seen by countless masters of the Jin kingdom, and all of them were panicked. It's over. The three masters of the universe from the Tianmu kingdom are here to kill us. They want to destroy our Jin kingdom. Damn it! Was the immortal monument stolen by Tianmu kingdom? He is dead. He is dead this time. Without the power of the immortal monument, how can the lord of the country compete with the three higher lords of the universe? Run away quickly. This is the battle of the lord of the higher universe. If we stay in the capital, we will definitely die. Many Jin masters were so frightened that their legs trembled. The battle of the Lord of the Universe was simply a moving natural disaster. From a certain point of view, it was more terrifying than the beast tide. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 546. Sure enough, is this old man lying to me? At this time, Furukawa, who was hiding in the void, naturally heard the old man's nameless words and knew the other party's true identity. He seemed to be the leader of the Tianmu kingdom, the Lord of Duomu. At the same time, the other party also brought two companions, the Lord of Tiangang and the Lord of Tiangang. The lords of earthly evil are all lords of the higher universe, and their strength is no less than that of the Lord of Many Eyes. Obviously, this old man claiming to be the younger brother of the Lord of the Jin Kingdom is completely lying. He is the sworn enemy of the Jin Kingdom. The reason why he wants to win Furukawa came to steal the Immortal Monument. He actually wanted to use Furukawa's power to lift the Jin Kingdom's immortal barrier, making it easier for them to enter the Jin Kingdom. But now that there is no suppression from the Immortal Monument, they can fully exert their full power. As long as they, after killing the Lord of Disguise, they can easily annex the entire Jin Kingdom. It has to be said that Furukawa has become a pawn of the Lord of Many Eyes, helping the other party promote the plan to annex the Jin Kingdom. But no matter what, he has finally completed the origin contract with the Lord of Many Eyes, and the two have become clear. He hopes that the other party will understand the current affairs and not attack him, otherwise he will really be seeking death. Furukawa narrowed his eyes and stared at the four higher masters of the universe in midair. At this time, in the sky above the Jin Palace, the four masters of the universe were confronting each other, angry and angry. Lord of Disguise, at this point, you won't be able to defeat the three of us on your own, right? The Lord of Many Eyes calmly looked at the Lord of Disguise in front of him. Hee. The Lord of Disguise sneered. Without the Immortal Monument, I alone cannot defeat the three of you. But if I want to escape, you three will definitely not be able to keep me. Even if you can really keep me, as long as I try my best, at least one of you will die. Let's see if the three of you are really willing to pay this price. It exudes a murderous aura. The Lord of Disguise, who has lived for so many years, naturally knows one thing. When you are weak, you should bluff. As long as you can scare the enemy, you have won. If you can't scare them, you should bluff. If the other party, then it will be disappointed, so it cannot show weakness, no matter what. Moreover, the other party says that it is the master of the three universes of the Tianmu Kingdom, the three giants, and they are connected with each other, but it does not believe that the other party is really so united. If it really comes to a life-or-death situation, someone is guaranteed to shrink their hand, and it is impossible to cooperate wholeheartedly. He is worthy of being the master of disguise. He was so arrogant until his death, pretending to be confident. The Lord of Multiple Eyes smiled slightly. But don't worry, the three of us coming here this time are not trying to kill you, but we have a benefit for you. Benefit?
Tell me the story.
The Lord of Disguise narrowed his eyes. It's very simple. I want Jin and Tianmu to merge into one country. In this way, we can establish the largest kingdom in this area and occupy the boundless area. The Lord of Many Eyes said his plan, and you are about to become the fourth giant in this country. Of course, you can also refuse this proposal, but in this case, no matter how much we pay, we will still kill you. You. It stared at the Lord of Disguise with a decisive tone without hesitation.
What?
Hearing this, the Lord of Disguise's pupils shrank. It could hear the determination of the Lord of Many Eyes. If he refused, he might really have to pay the price and kill yourself. If the Immortal Monument is still there, it is naturally impossible for it to agree to the other party's conditions. After all, it is the master of a country. Why should it be subordinated to others? Isn't this stupid? But it is different now. There is no immortality with the protection of the monument and the cooperation of the three higher masters of the universe. Its situation can be said to be precarious and at stake. After weighing the pros and cons, it is not impossible to agree to the other party's conditions. Anyway, it is also one of the four giants in this country. 1. There is no loss. How should I trust you? The Lord of Disguise asked. It's very simple. We just signed the origin contract. With the constraints of the origin contract, no one of us can hurt anyone else. The Lord of Multiple Eyes smiled. It knew that the Lord of Disguise was a smart man. Since he said such words, it meant that he had made a decision and would no longer fight against himself. And this was also his plan. After all, he wanted to be defeated. This is the best way to annex Jin State with blood. At the same time, the new country will also have a higher lord of the universe, which will make this country even more powerful. Okay, I agreed. The Lord of Disguise said, "It is not the kind of idiot who stubbornly resists. It is said that those who know the current affairs are heroes. Since the situation is not as good as others, it is better to endure it for the time being. In the origin continent, only the longer you live, the more you can speak out."
Quan.
I don't know how many of the lords of the universe have died if they disagree with each other. As expected of the Master of Disguise, he is indeed smart, but before signing the contract, we have to solve a small problem. The Lord of Many Eyes smiled slightly. Little trouble? The Lord of Disguise looked at the Lord of Many Eyes curiously. Yes, the little trouble is the little guy who stole the Immortal Monument. If I guess correctly, he should not have left yet, and is even staying in the palace. The Lord of Many Eyes. What's the meaning? Didn't you steal this Immortal Monument? The Lord of Disguise frowned. Of course we didn't steal it. If we had stolen it, we would have beaten you to death with an Immortal Monument long ago. Why would you still talk so much nonsense to you? The Lord of Many Eyes said, "The person who stole the Immortal Monument was a mid-sized universe lord. To be honest, I didn't expect him to have such ability and be able to do such a thing. Come out. You can't hide. You can't hide the power of my Lord of Many Eyes." Rumble. As soon as the words fell, densely packed eyes immediately appeared from the Lord of Many Eyes. Each eye was like a divine eye, as if it contained a universe, exuding incomparable power. In an instant, from these eyes seemed to emit rays of void light one after another, covering the entire Jin Palace, like a spider web, covering all directions, cutting the void. What? At this moment, Furukawa felt a fatal crisis. Although there were so many, the Lord of Eyes did not notice himself, but this covering attack was all-pervasive, without any blind spots. The chaos nothingness mask only concealed his own aura and did not have much defensive ability.
Boom.
The next second, Furukawa took action, blasting out with a punch, bombarding the void rays of light, instantly shattering the power into the void. However, with such a move, Furukawa's whereabouts were instantly exposed, making him appear in the 4 major universes. Before the Lord, this little thief. The Lord of Disguise immediately noticed Furukawa's traces. He roared angrily and immediately knew that this boy must have stolen his Immortal Monument. All credit goes to the original author. If you are the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 547. Lord of Many Eyes. Seeing that his whereabouts were exposed, Furukawa no longer concealed it. He stared at the Lord of Many Eyes. "I stole the Immortal Monument for you and helped you break the immortal barrier of Jin. This is how you treat me. You are crossing the river and burning the bridge. My friend, is this your first day out?" The Lord of Multiple Eyes smiled slightly. "In this world, there is no one who helps you for no reason. There is always a price to pay for doing something. If you don't pay the price, someone will pay it for you. This Immortal Monument is a secret treasure of the universe. Even the higher Lord of the universe will covet it. Do you think this secret treasure of the universe will be taken away by you so easily?" It looked at Furukawa as a matter of course. There was no question of betrayal or not. They were people who met by chance. It was normal for them to fall out because of interests. Stupid kid. In this world, strength is still respected and the strong is king. Do you think you, a small and medium-sized master of the universe, can penetrate our Dharma eyes? Jia, the Lord of Tiangang, smiled and said, "I advise you to be honest, hand over the Immortal Monument, and be captured at the same time. Otherwise, don't blame us for being rude. With our 4 higher masters of the universe here, you can't escape." The Lord of Earthly Evil was even more straightforward, blocking time and space in all directions, leaving Furukawa unable to escape. Obviously, they have joined forces and plan to deal with Furukawa. The majestic high-level masters of the universe actually teamed up to deal with a mid-level master of the universe. You are really shameless. Furukawa shook his head. Well, it's all fate. In this case, you don't have to blame me for killing you directly. After all, this is your fate and it cannot be avoided. Bursts of murderous intent permeated his body. The actions of these 4 advanced universe masters had touched his bottom line. Originally, he just took away the Immortal monument and left. But these 4 advanced universe masters obviously, he wanted to put him to death. In that case, he didn't need to be polite to these greedy guys. Interesting, kill us? Hearing this, the Lord of Disguise immediately laughed, laughing very loudly. Is this the death struggle of a weak person? Do you think you can compete with our 4 high-level universe lords with the power of your own intermediate universe lord? Are you crazy? Have you ever weighed how much you weigh? For a moment, Furukawa did not speak. With a thought, he immediately activated the power of the sky-stealing gourd. The power originally stolen from the Immortal monument was suddenly released by the sky-stealing gourd at this moment. Rumble. Suddenly, with Furukawa's body as the center, a terrifying immortal realm immediately appeared, covering hundreds of millions of light years. It seemed that all time and space had stopped at this moment. Damn it, is this the power of the Immortal realm? How can it be? This should be the power of an Immortal monument. How could this kid possess it? How long has it taken? This guy actually refined an Immortal monument. What kind of joke is this? Yes, even the Lord of Disguise spent countless years, but he still failed to refine the Immortal monument. What kind of trump card did this kid have to refine the Immortal monument? In an instant, the 4 higher masters of the universe were stunned. They didn't expect that this kid Furukawa could actually exert the power of the Immortal monument, and immediately the extremely huge Immortal domain crushed them. They immediately sensed the surrounding time and space. It was banned, and my strength was greatly suppressed. It seemed that I couldn't even move a step, and was suppressed in place. Damn little devil, give me back my Immortal monument. But the Lord of Disguise was furious. It was so angry that it didn't know how long it took and how many resources it spent to refine the Immortal monument. But until now, it still can't succeed. But what about this kid? How long did it take to get the Immortal monument? He actually completely refined it. This is like a goddess he has been pursuing for countless years. He doesn't know how many gifts he bought for the goddess, but the goddess still dismisses him. But now, a rich and handsome man suddenly came and seduced the goddess away in an instant. Such a suffocating feeling could not be described in words. It only knew that it was so angry that it was about to explode, and it wished to destroy the woman in front of it. The boy's corpse was broken into thousands of pieces. What he couldn't get, others would never be allowed to get. A terrible murderous aura filled the air from it, covering the entire Gene capital. Furukawa looked at the Lord of Disguise indifferently. He grabbed it with his big hand and instantly pulled out the whip from the chaotic universe from far away in time and space. What's this? The hairs of the 4 higher masters of the universe stood up and their pupils shrank. They stared at the whip in Furukawa's hand. At this moment, they felt the incomparable terror of this whip, which contained the power of the evil thoughts of countless sentient beings. It seems to be the supreme secret treasure of the universe, the supreme killing weapon. This whip also seems to be an ancient snake of chaos, infinitely high, infinitely wide, infinitely long, emitting evil thoughts that devour everything, making people tremble with fear and shiver all over.
Boom.
Before they could figure anything out, Furukawa held the magic whip in his hand and instantly hit the Lord of Disguise with a whip. Ah! In an instant, the Lord of Disguise had no way to hide or escape, and its body was instantly struck by a whip. Immediately, it felt the endless evil thoughts of all living beings pouring in from deep within this whip, like an endless liquid of evil thoughts, corroding its body and soul. This terrifying evil thought of all living beings is simply unbearable. Even if it is the master of the higher universe, it cannot bear such terrifying evil thoughts of all living beings.
Wow.
At this moment, the Lord of Disguise collapsed. From its nose, eyes, mouth, ears, etc., black corrosive liquid flowed out, exuding an unpleasant stench. The original immortal body was now decayed. Every muscle, every bone, and even every cell decayed at this moment. Are you kidding me? Is this the 5 degenerations of heaven and man? The Lord of Disguise is dying. The Lord of Tiangang was stunned. His eyes widened. He simply couldn't believe what he saw. The Master of Disguise was killed with just one whip. What kind of secret treasure of the universe is this? Why does it have such power? The Lord of Disha was also confused and didn't know what to say. Damn it, a mere mid-sized universe master actually has such a magic weapon. The Lord of Multiple Eyes also had his hairs standing on end, and countless eyes showed cautious expressions. In the dark, it felt that it seemed to have poked a hornet's nest and offended someone who should not have been offended at all, but now it is too late to regret. All credit goes to the original author. If you're the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. The Primitive Ancient Snake. Chapter 548. Help, 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 help me, Lord of Many Eyes. The Lord of Disguise let out a shrill scream, and its entire body seemed to turn into a pile of black liquid, like a pile of rotten flesh, as if it had been cursed by countless curses. At this moment, not only was its body decaying, but its soul was also decaying. No matter how much strength it had, at the same time, after the death of the 4 advanced universe lords such as the Lord of Many Eyes, the Lord of Tiangang, the Lord of Disguise, and the Lord of Earthly Evil, the treasures they left behind are also quite astonishing. After all, no matter what, Furukawa was targeted by the Lord of the Universe with the terrifying title of Nar. No matter what method he used to quickly improve his cultivation, it was correct. In the blink of an eye, thousands of years have passed. Under Furukawa's instructions, the Kingdom of Jin, the Kingdom of Tianmu, the Kingdom of Fire, the Kingdom of Earth, the Kingdom of Water, the Kingdom of Wood, the Kingdom of Gold, and the original Kingdom of Blood God were all integrated into one, forming a super country, Original Kingdom of God. This country's territory is boundless, and it can be regarded as the hegemony of one party. Of course, the people of these countries were a little overwhelmed at first, but under the suppression of Furukawa's power, no force dared to take any action. After all, they are all sheltered by the Lord of the Universe. No matter who they take refuge with, it is the same. Since the Lord of Many Eyes and other higher lords of the universe have been killed, they have no room to resist. This is the origin of the continent where the strong are respected and the weak eat the strong. Therefore, the integration of several major countries has been very smooth, and not many forces have jumped out to blatantly oppose it. Okay, it's time to get started. Furukawa's eyes flashed. After he sorted out the forces and territories of these countries, he arranged a super formation for the territorial integration of the entire country. In this way, the entire primitive kingdom of God will be in a 3-dimensional defense. No matter where the enemy attacks from, he can easily deal with it. And the core of this formation is the Immortal Monument.
Boom.
In an instant, Furukawa placed the Immortal Monument in the core of the formation, and suddenly the entire Immortal Monument, they all grew up rapidly and seemed to turn into a majestic mountain, towering into the clouds. No matter where you are in the original kingdom of God, you can see the majestic figure of the Immortal Monument. At this moment, the atmosphere is filled from deep within the Immortal Monument. The power was so huge that it instantly covered the entire territory of the primitive kingdom of God. At the same time, a huge immortal barrier also filled the air. This immortal barrier was also like a turtle shell, covering all sides of the primitive kingdom of God. All credit goes to the original author. If you're the author and wish for this video to be removed or modified, please reach out at fabelversodio@gmail.com. If you enjoyed this journey through the Fabelverse, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss the next chapter. Want to support the storytellers behind the scenes? Check the description for donation links, author credits, and more. Until next time, stay curious and keep listening.